Now let's build a queue. A queue is like a line of people at a shop. New people join at the back, and the person at the front is served first. So the first one to arrive is the first one to leave. People call that first in, first out. We will back it with a list and give it two main moves, enqueue to join and dequeue to leave. Here is the idea. We hold the items in an ordinary list, adding new arrivals at the back and taking people off from the front. To enqueue, we append to the end. To read the front, we peek at the first item. To dequeue, we remove that first item and return it. Because we add at one end and remove at the other, the earliest arrival always leaves first, which is exactly the first in, first out order. We start with an empty list. Enqueue appends the new value to the back. Front returns the first item without removing it. Dequeue removes the first item at index 0 and returns it, and is empty checks whether anything is left in the line. Let's build the queue lib and watch the first in, first out order. First, the class holding an empty list that will be our line of items. Enqueue adds to the back and front peeks at the first item, the one waiting longest. Dequeue removes and returns the first item, and is empty tells us when the line is clear. Now let's test it and hit run. See the order. We added 10, 20, and 30. So the front is 10, the earliest arrival. Dequeue gives 10 first, then 20, always in the order they joined. And the queue is not yet empty. The two ends do different jobs. Enqueue adds at the back, while front and dequeue work at the front. Because arrivals and departures happen at opposite ends, the earliest item always leaves first. A note on speed. Adding to the back is order 1. But removing from the front of a list has to shift every remaining item forward, so dequeue is order n here. For a faster queue, you would use a ring buffer or a double-ended queue, which make dequeue order 1. Space is order n for the items. 3 things to keep in mind. First, do not dequeue or read the front of an empty queue, so check is empty first. Second, keep the two ends straight. The front is index 0 and the back is the end. And third, removing from the front of a plain list is slow for large queues, so for real work reach for a double-ended queue instead.